my speakers up just a hair.
Hey, you know what we should have had was one of those big virtual birthday cakes.
Oh, why didn't we do that?
I don't know. We needed like a big, like a birthday cake sort of graphic so that
Right.
we could pop Keo out of it.
Keo in the flesh.
Surprise!
And she could
Surprise.
pop out of the cake.
Oh, that would have been so much fun. Now I'm
Why didn't we think
upset.
of good ideas at the literal last moment?
At the last moment. Gosh. Why do great ideas come when it has something to do with compressing what's your favorite analogy, the limits that you put on creativity?
I was just gonna say productive procrastination. Like
Well,
we
that
really
too.
doing
That
something
too.
else.
It's like when you get a good writing idea at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Right. Okay. Since you said that, Keo, I've interviewed some authors that say crazy stuff like, I never write down ideas because if they're truly great ideas, they'll be there tomorrow. Okay. My brain doesn't work like that. If there's
Nope.
a truly great idea, I better write it down
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter if it is magnificent and will set up generational wealth for my family. I will forget it.
Oh yeah.
You know, so okay,
As soon
everybody's
as it
like
comes
me.
into my
Okay.
brain, I have to write it down, or else I will forget it.
Hey, all you beautiful dabblers in the chat, does anyone else have that sort of mindset that if there's a great idea, it'll be there tomorrow if it's truly great? Or
Did you see Ash's video about this that she
No.
just put in the community? She made a
No.
TikTok where she did a skit where she pretended to wake up in the middle of the night and have a great idea and say, I'm not going to write it down.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
And
I did not see that, but I will go watch it.
We will tag you in that, Hank.
Okay, so I have to qualify this and say that everything that comes in the middle of the night that you think is a great idea is not always a great idea. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you read back over it and you said, okay, that was too much pizza.
Nothing made sense.
Nothing made sense. But at the time, it made perfect sense. But if you take that attitude that every middle of the night idea is a pizza idea, you might miss something great. So you got to write them down.
I mean, I write them down. I do
You
the
got to.
on my, because I don't care if I wake my husband up. If it's a good idea, it's a good. Sean, you need to listen to my idea right now as I record it into my phone.
Get with it, Sean. Come
Roll
on.
back over.
My notes app on my phone is literally just ideas.
I have a whole list of like amazing names. Does anybody keep that on their phone? Like amazing names that I see in real life that I'm like, I want to steal that. And I just saw one at my kid's school. The teacher of the month, her name was Miss Funky. And I was like,
actually,
that was her name.
Okay.
I was like, stealing that. I didn't know that was her real name. My favorite one, the middle school librarian. No joke. Her name is Miss Boutet. And it's spelled the French way. But I'm sorry, if you are a middle school teacher.
I love it.
Wait, she's a middle school librarian?
Boutet in middle school. That's brutal.
That's brutal.
That's brutal.
That's brutal. You at least need to be like an adult librarian because you're just asking, or go by your maiden name, or if it is your maiden name, create a name.
Make a pen name for being a
librarian. Make a pen name. That's you're just asking for it.
But I love her. And she texts me really wonderful things like, hey, do you want to come meet Jane Yolen? And things like that. I'm like, yes. Is that even a question? And then I go. I love librarians. They are my favorite people. Sorry, writers. I love librarians, maybe a little bit more than writers. You know why? Because librarians are the only people I know on the face of this planet where you can walk in and you can be like, listen, I don't want anyone to know this, but I'm really into this really weird thing. And the librarian's like, let me give you 4 books on that so you can be even weirder. And then they're like, here you go. No judgment. 0 judgment.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hello, everyone. Don't you like the way we just jump right in? It's 5 minutes in. We've given no introduction. We had Keo jump out of a cake. We just launched into middle of the night ideas.
We hit the ground running.
Wait till you see what we do in post-production.
Oh, gosh.
The whole rest of the video is going to be Keo with little pieces of cake in her hair from where she jumped out. Yeah.
Well, who better to ask to come on this discussion of finding your people online, celebrating 4 years of DabbleU campus then?
4 years.
Oh.
How crazy is that?
It is crazy. It's so crazy.
And Keo, you have been one of our lovely moderators slash cat herders from nearly the very beginning.
Yep.
So how did you find us in this crazy community? Because before we can talk about finding your community, I think we need to get your story. Like how did you come to find us and come to slot right into the perfect place that you found? Yes.
Funny enough,
cat
it
herder.
was through Nano. That's how I got introduced to Dabble in the first place. And it was when I was emailing Jacob, our good old Lord and Savior of Dabble.
I think every one of us got here because we were originally friends with Jacob. Which you remember the old what was the MySpace before Facebook? Remember how you would was his name Tom? Like everyone started with the Tom friend, and then you built it. And Jacob is like the Tom of
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't understand that reference,
you're
Google it. Yeah. Yeah. Google it, Chat GPT it or something.
Yeah. And I had been interacting with the community since it was just a forum on the Dabble site. And then we grew to a Discord server.
Right.
And I believe it was me and AJ at the time. We were talking to Jacob about how to expand the community, and Jacob's like, we're going to make you mods. And kind of gave us free reign. And then we expanded further into who we are now.
How about that? So what brought you to Dabble from Nano? What were you writing at the time?
Oh, I'm a good old fanfic writer.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I still am. I got to stay true to my roots.
Is there a particular fandom that you engage with, or are you just did you just like the form itself, or is there a particular place that excites you?
Okay, so I started out good old middle school. Heck yeah. I started off middle school writing anime fan fiction because your girl's a nerd by heart and I love it. And then I expanded. I started a Law and Order series recently.
Fun.
That is yet to be published.
Nice. Have you published any of your previous fan fiction?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where do you publish?
All of the popular fanfic sites, AO3, fanfic.net, Wattpad.
Nice.
And to the OGs who write fan fiction, Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
That is a callback, isn't it?
Yep.
Love it. Love it.
My first book was almost fan fiction.
Okay. Aren't all books that we write almost fan fiction, Abby?
I mean, I would argue yes. But I wrote a book about a little girl whose dad was the head librarian of this magic library, but all the characters stepped out of the books and interacted in the world. And all I did was write about every freaking character I had ever loved in any book. I pulled them in and then did some extensive research about how many licenses I was going to have to purchase in order to like include all of these people in my book. And it was prohibitively expensive, I figured, for a debut author. So I started replacing them with my own characters. So I kept the ones that were in the, what is it? Not the commons. What is the word?
Creative Commons.
Yeah, Creative Commons. And then I replaced the ones that were all newer. But I had Mr. Toad from Wind in the Willows, was my favorite. I had Mr. Darcy. I had The Little Prince. I had to replace Chitty Chitty Bang Bang because they renewed his
Copyright.
Copyright. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know why I'm losing my words today, y'all. So they renewed his copyright. So that was not it. But yeah.
I know, but when you start talking about your comps, that starts sounding a little bit like fanfic territory.
Yeah. I love to start with fan fiction and then let it merge into something that's fully mine. I think fan fiction is like literally the greatest way to get into writing.
Oh yeah.
Period.
I might be a little biased, but I agree.
Yeah. Like and like half of it is done for you. So if you don't know all the pieces of craft just yet, and this is like the first thing that you're writing, and you start with a fan fiction, your characters are created for you. You kind of know how it is they talk, so you learn how to write dialogue in their voice without having to start from scratch. And I think that's freaking brilliant. Just brilliant.
Okay, so has anybody seen the movie Finding Forrester?
Mm-mm. Yep.
It had Sean Connery, and he played this character that had written the great 20th century novel, and then went into seclusion. And this young teenager was playing basketball near his house, and the ball goes like into his building or whatever. And anyway, he kind of insinuates himself into the old man's life, and he kind of teaches him to be a writer. And one thing that he does is give him some of his fiction that he had written and published, and tells him, start writing my words, and then when your words come, transition to that. Just like use mine to kind of get the flow of the words and see how characters operate, and then eventually yours will come and just kind of take over. Mm-hmm. And I always love that because that's how we learn. We study what other people have done. We see the patterns that work. We see why we connect with stories, what it is about characters and how they work, and then our own creation comes out of that. And anyway, that's when you said that about using, like, you with fanfic, you have an established world, you have established voices, and it's an easy entrance to the art.
Yeah, it makes it easy to learn.
It does.
Think. Yeah. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, and it's real hard.
I know.
I've got the best Anne Rice story, you guys.
Okay, so I just have to say, I interviewed Anne Rice before she died, and
I wish you could have told her my story.
I've got to hear your story. Tell me.
Okay, so I only knew Anne Rice as like Interview for the Vampire Anne Rice, right? So
and not the other stuff she wrote.
I'm getting to this. Okay.
Why did I know you were gonna go there?
I had read the vampire books, loved them, right? I read them in high school. I went to college. I had a friend of mine come visit me in college, and his mom's best friend owned a bookshop not far from my university. So Chase was like, hey, let's go see my mom's friend. And I was like, great. I heard Anne Rice wrote all these books about Sleeping Beauty, and I freaking love her vampire books. I'm going to see if she's got the other ones, right? So we get to the store, and here I'm talking to Chase's mom's best friend. His mom loves me, by the way. I don't know if she loved me after this, but I said to the friend behind the counter, I was like, hey, I hear Anne Rice writes these Sleeping Beauty books and they're like really good. And I am talking these books up, right? And she
You haven't read these books.
I had not read them. I didn't know anything about them except they were about Sleeping Beauty. And I'm like, that sounds like a fairy tale to me. Let's do it. She kept him behind the counter. That should have been my first clue. I was not. I was just in there chatting people up, having fun, excited that my friend had come to visit. She hands me the books. We hop in the car. We're going to go on a little like road trip and, you know, go see a bunch of other friends. And so I said, I'll tell you what, I was like, I'm going to read the book to you and I'm going to be like the audio book. And so I pop open the first one and I start reading and all of a sudden I stop reading. Chase is like, what's wrong? I was like, well, I believe this is a sex book. I didn't know.
Oops.
I bought the whole ding dong set. I bought them all. I didn't even just buy the first one. I was like, put them all in my cart.
How many of them were in the set?
I think there were 3 or 4. I mean, there were enough that I was like, oops.
So that made for an uncomfortable car ride the rest of the time, huh?
18 years old.
Awkward.
I was like, oops.
Yeah. Ash says it was, in fact, one of those books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't stop me from reading them. But
I mean,
out
would it
loud.
though?
Yeah. Out loud is a different animal.
Out loud to your friend of the opposite sex. We didn't. I very quickly was like, sorry, man. But so they did not card me when I bought them. So no, but maybe they should have because I was just a wee little baby. So there's Hank. I was like, I don't know what he did, but
I had to shut my office door. I'm sorry.
okay, we've got a great question. And this is great for the birthday show too. How did Dabble get started? Do you know?
I kind of know. So Jacob, Jacob's dad is a published author, Randall, one of our developers, and he has a couple, maybe more. I don't mean to throw any shade at Randall's career, but I know he's got a couple of published middle grade ish books and also,
yeah.
and he also writes for adults. He's got several things that he's done. And he was a published author. Jacob, I think through family osmosis, probably, was intrigued with writing and wanted to be a writer. He also was a software developer and was looking for kind of a project to do. And he started working on a software package for writers. One, probably to support his dad, and 2, because he was also dabbling, in writing and wanted for his own. And he loves writing craft books. I do know that about Jacob, and he collects them. And so he, started working on this software package as a, an outlet for his creativity. And, and out of that came Dabble. He launched it by himself. And, I think he was kind of the sole developer, support, salesman, all of that for several years. I met Jacob during that time because I was a podcaster, and I discovered Jacob through NaNoWriMo, which I think is how most people, especially in the early days, discovered Dabble, like Keo did. And I formed a relationship with Jacob because he sponsored my podcast at the time. And he would send me, like, when there was going to be a new update to Dabble, and we would talk about it, and he would show it off to me. And I would talk about it on my podcast and all that. And then a little over 4 years ago, Dabble was hiring some folks, and I got the email like most Dabble subscribers did, and said we're looking to hire some folks. And I emailed Jacob, and I said, "Hey, Jacob, I think I would be interested in this position." And he said, "Oh my goodness, I didn't even think that was that you were interested." And so I had a call with him, and then a call with him and Robert, our head of marketing, and I came on board. And so that's how I think that's very Cliff Notes edition of how Dabble got started, and then how I came to Dabble. And I think you have a similar story, Abby, kind of.
Yeah. Actually, it was, I think, right around the time that Jacob wanted to start DabbleU Campus, which started off as the Storycraft Cafe, right?
You're right.
If I'm not mistaken. Jacob actually found me first. So I was running a writing community called Happy Writer that we had started from absolute scratch.
Because Sad Writer was a flop.
Sad Writer was a flop, so we tried Happy Writer, and it worked. And we were able to sort of launch this writing community from literally nothing by doing all these challenges. And so Jacob and Robert had a couple calls with me where they were like, "What did you do? How did you do it? Et cetera, et cetera." And I told them everything I knew, but also said, "Well, why don't you just hire me to do it?" Because at that point, Happy Writer, we had closed our doors. We kind of crashed and burned, and we learned a lot of lessons. But he was like, "I would love to, but I cannot afford you. Please keep checking in with me." And so over the years, I kept checking in until I finally was able to get him to say, "Okay, we'll bring you on now."
Just wore him down.
I wore him down. Totally wore him down. So
sometimes that's what you got to do.
That's right.
If tenacity would be the word. It is an underrated quality, I think.
I call it grit.
Well, grit, yeah.
Which is what every writer out there has, grit. So, absolutely.
Okay. Can
I just saw that. I'm like, wait a minute. I have to check my cheat sheet. Who is Wheelie Gal?
That's I was like 43 novels I'm working on now, thanks to Dabble.
I'm like, wait a minute. Take a screenshot of that to share with Jacob.
Yeah. So first off, do you have 43 novels in production? Like you're actively writing 43 novels? I feel like I need a little clarification there. Have you published 43 novels? Have you written 43 novels? That I'm in awe.
Me too. I'm like, heck yeah. Rob's got grit under his fingernails. Telling chat. All right.
Simmer down, Rob. Simmer down.
We'll wait for Jackie to answer our question there. That's awesome.
That is so awesome. Congratulations.
Heck yeah. So
NJ says, wait, you count them?
Writing more and published some already.
I wouldn't be able to count mine.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Look at you go. Look at you go. See, and this is why community is so important, because writing feels like such a solitary commitment, because you show up and no one is part of the process but you, and you're just typing into your Dabble project, and it just feels like it's just you and your story. Now, we know that that's not completely true, but for a good portion of the process, it is just you and the story.
But you go into writing most of the time thinking that that's how it is. That's right. What most of us think before we write, or before we really get into this idea that, oh, you also have an editor and you also have a team of people that end up helping you create whatever it is you're creating. We think it's just you and your keyboard, which, let's face it, that's why some of us do it, because the rest of humanity is sometimes a little overrated, right? So we're like, let's just do something that doesn't involve anyone else. But no, that's when I started writing. I started writing because I bought a Groupon. I know I've told Hank this story before. I bought a Groupon class to teach me how to write, and it was legit awful. I don't know if I have it in here. My original, oh gosh, it's somewhere. The original outline I wrote for this class is like 17 legal pad pages all taped together, just scribbled like some sort of murder board. I mean, I had no idea what it was I was doing. The Groupon didn't help. I had to find somebody to hold my hand because the Groupon wasn't cutting it, people.
So was this like a workshop kind of thing? Like what did the Groupon get you?
No, the Groupon was like a self-paced course, but it was not a very good self-paced course. I think I paid like $4.99 for it. Okay.
Holy.
Let me just, when I say $4.99, I mean $4.99.
Okay.
It's a Groupon, Hank.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I thought you dropped $500 on this thing.
I dropped $4.99.
Okay. That $4.99.
Okay.
On this Groupon. So if that tells you the quality of where I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, eventually I got here, but it took me a while.
Okay, so let me ask this, because I do think this is relevant to our conversation today. Was that the catalyst, the thing that it took to get you interested to start investigating and to learning more? Because I feel like that's what DabbleU Campus it can be for people. Is I have this idea of a thing, and then I get in there, and people's enthusiasm is infectious, and I see other people that number one are succeeding at things, are accomplishing things, and that's motivational. But what also is oddly motivational is seeing people's struggles and them being open and honest about it, and then seeing that you and your struggles are not you're not a lone snowflake out there. You know that it is a human experience, and if other people have this and are able to overcome it, then strangely enough, so can I.
Yeah, and when I ended up, this $4.99 class, $4.99 class.
Yeah.
Wasn't that it was bad. It was that it was very, very basic.
Yeah.
And I was still doing it wrong.
Mm.
For me, it was like when you watch a yoga tape on TV and you think, I feel like my body looks like that person's body, but then you go to a yoga class and the instructor is like, if you keep doing that, you're going to hurt yourself.
Right. Or you're going to be arrested.
Equivalent of that.
Right.
I was just doing it all wrong. And I needed to hear from someone else who was doing it right for me to connect the dots that I was missing. And so, I mean, that's part of what community does for each other, right? Is if we all have the same problem. The funny thing is me, you, and Keo could all be having the same problem on the page, right? Hank, you could explain it one way and it not click for me. Keo could explain it using different words and somehow it would click for me.
Right.
Sometimes that's what it takes, is like all of us putting our heads together to be like, okay, I get Keo's version, even if I don't get Hank's version, and they were saying the same ding dong thing. So
it's just a matter of delivery.
Exactly. Right. Don't you like that I made you right and not Hank? I did that on purpose.
And usually I'm wrong.
I made you right. So but what is this? Pretty sure Doug has a workshop on making your author website. He sure does.
He does.
He sure does.
And I'm pretty sure you could go through that workshop in under 6 hours.
Under 6 hours. If you watch it on double speed.
Double speed.
So, well, speaking of community, we want to know how David's tattoo is healing.
Yeah, how is that tattoo healing, David?
He did say, I thought, oh, right here. He gave the thumbs
Shh.
up. Where is Doug's puppet? They want to know. It lives on my desk. My dog ate his finger, but
Oh, Doug Nine Fingers.
that's okay. Yeah. So,
My dog wants to be part of the conversation today.
hi, Moira.
Poodle.
Well, I want to know what everybody's working on because Hank's working on something new. I'm working on something new. Kia, what are you working on right now?
Oh my god, I'm working on like a little bit of everything. I finally made progress in my DabbleVerse story.
Yes.
I am like so behind because I haven't had the chance to write as of lately. But I had a 3-day weekend. I'm like, I'm gonna write, and then I wrote for like 2 hours, and then I'm like, I'm done.
Hit my wall.
Tell me about your story, Keo, your entry.
Oh, my DabbleVerse story?
Yeah.
So me and Bernadette are actually collabing on this one.
Nice.
So my character is a girl who gets essentially trapped in a haunted house. And she's basically cursed as a witch.
So, do you have any requests of how I need to lead you down this next path? Or do I get like the free DM reign? Because that's how I've been treating it. I just take everybody's stuff.
Oh, Abby, you have full DM reign. I don't even know where I'm going with this at this point.
Okay. Poll in the chat. How many pantsers versus plotters do we have? And the reacting to the chaos that Abby adds to it, does that make your pantser brain happy? Does that give you anxiety?
As a plotter, because you don't know what's going to happen next.
Right. Oh, we have a new feature in StreamYard, polls.
Oh, do it.
I'm doing it.
Ooh.
Plantser is like my favorite phrase.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
I used to be like a solid pantser, and then just recently I migrated to plantser.
Yeah.
But I will still abandon my plot halfway through writing.
Don't we all? I mean, I feel like. Oh, Rob's got a good one. He says 80% plotter. No, 80% pantser, 15% plotter, madness, 5%.
Yep.
But that adds up, right? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to add me up to more than 100 because that would be
that's what I was going to say. I would be 80 and 15 and 25.
Yeah.
So, All right, folks. I put a poll. Can y'all see the poll? I don't know how this is working.
Can I answer it too? No, I can't.
Yes.
How?
I don't know.
Well, then why'd
Like
you
I said, I just saw before we went live that it was an option, and I don't know.
Oh,
how
type
it
1,
works.
2, or 3 in the chat. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So what happens if I do this? Did it go up? Oh, it did.
Oh.
Keo, do yours. Nice.
Oh wow! Look at it.
Look,
Ooh.
everybody's saying the same.
What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Huh?
That's amazing.
I'm gonna use the heck out of this new poll. This is awesome.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
look!
love
It just popped up in the corner here.
It was in the corner before, was it
Oh,
not?
was it? I didn't.
It was.
I'm stupid. I didn't see it.
To a different corner.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Oh, I just.
There we
made
go. That's the corner that doesn't have anything else in it.
Yeah.
Boom. How about that?
1, 2, 3.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's really fun.
We learned something new today.
So,
How about
Hank,
that? Yes.
tell us what you're working on.
How do I answer that, Abby?
Just tell us the genre and
Okay.
premise.
Okay, so I recently published Murder Town, which was my 60-day novel challenge book that I wrote last October, November. So that was up. And tomorrow I have a new book coming out. The Signal Beneath the Sand from Athon Books is live tomorrow. It's been like 8 months in the working, it feels like. So yeah, that's coming out tomorrow. And I am working on a follow-up to Murder Town because I love these characters and I love the setting. And I saw there was so much potential for good old Stu Weber and company. And I might have some other stuff I'm working on. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I'm working on it.
Etc.
I don't know. Can you read? So this Post-it has been on my desk for freaking ever. This is how sometimes I just keep up with my ideas.
Yeah.
And this one said news radio, but for kids in middle school, like Babysitter's Club can follow each new kid in a different book. And I decided I was going to tackle that one. So I started my own new series called
Love it.
Live in 5.
I will say this. Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat,
Yes.
set in the Mississippi Delta in 1950.
I think you're doing an awesome job with it.
Well,
Saying insider info. I'm like, keep going, Hank.
it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Hank and I get into our own mischief behind the scenes. So, and encourage each other in probably the most stupendously stupid ways. Mostly it's all
I mean, are you truly besties if you don't do that?
I know. It wouldn't be fun. Life wouldn't be fun if we were like, maybe you should rethink that, Hank. You will never hear me say those words.
Right.
Life needs a little chaos.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just going to be like, jump off that bridge, Hank. Do it.
Right. Let me hold your coffee. You need both hands to do this.
Oh, I'll take the video. Hold on.
I'll take the video. Upload to TikTok, then call the ambulance.
That's right.
Right.
God, priorities.
Priorities.
Let me get this content real quick.
Right. So who's writing a short story? I need to know who has some ideas for short, because I'm going to teach a workshop on Friday about writing a short story. And I saw your video that you tagged me in DabbleU from good old Mr. Bradbury, because I have always loved his take on short stories.
Have you ever seen video footage of him before?
I have, and it's not what you expect it to be.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was really digging that. And so I actually followed that channel because they did a bunch of like Ray Bradbury short form videos where they must have found footage and then just clipped. I'm like, I'm in for that.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
So yeah.
His idea, and he's written this in a couple of his books, where he starts with like a list of just random nouns, and then he'll make a list of just random verbs, and then reading over the list of words that he came up with, he deduced that his subconscious mind was wrestling with something, and that's the reason these words kind of came to the top. And he just like fully trusted himself that if these words are on my mind, then my brain is wrestling with something, and this is a story that needs to be written.
Okay, now I want everyone to put 10 random words in the chat, and let's see where everybody's brains are at. What would your 10 random words be right now, Hank? Like if you had, I'm going to type them for you as you say them. Just give me 10, first 10 words.
Cucumber.
Huh?
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
Yep. Studebaker.
Studebaker. I probably Said that. I'll change it later. Like the car,
Like the car.
but that rhymes with cucumber, kind of. Is that where your brain is right now?
I don't know. I'm just
I'm not meaning to question. No
yeah.
judgment.
Levy.
VY, like Dan
Yeah.
Levy. Okay.
Lamp.
I love lamp. Okay.
Dog.
Dog.
Bed.
Bed.
How many is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more.
4 more. Computer.
Is it because you're
glasses?
Glasses. Are you just saying things you see?
Hamburger. And movie.
Movie. Okay, so these are Hanks. Okay, so I spelled Studebaker wrong, you guys. Forgive me. All right, Keo, I'm doing yours. Hold on. Keo. All right, give me 10 words, Keo.
Book, mouse, cat, ambulance,
Okay.
taco.
So good. Okay. Now I want tacos.
Tacos are great. But it's on my brain. Paper.
Paper.
Where am I at?
4, 5, 6. What?
6? Okay.
6. Yeah.
Game.
Game.
Movie.
Movie. 2 more.
Cartoon and tea.
Ooh, cartoon and tea. All right, there's Keo.
Okay. Abby, you give me yours and I'll type them out.
Okay. All right, so mine would be stupendous.
Oh.
Bricks. Cartoon. Ring. Awesome. What am I at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more.
Okay. Dictionary. Godzilla. I don't know where that one came from. Fire. Now my brain is connecting those things. Ocean.
1 more.
Palm tree. I don't know how I'm going to connect all these things.
Well, according to Ray Bradbury, it's not your job to connect them. Well, I guess it is your job to connect them, but it's your job to figure out why your brain
went there.
Like, what is your...
Okay, so like, I mean, hello, my brain went to Godzilla because it's my plant mister.
Okay.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious, by the way.
Water in it?
So it's like a water gun, but...
Let me see if I can fill it up and I will show you. Oh, well, you push the button.
It's literally Godzilla.
Yeah, but you fill it up with water, and then when you push the button, it missed. It goes, and I missed my plants with it because I think that's kind of funny.
Hilarious.
And there's a palm tree outside my window, and a brick house next door. I was just doing what I accused you of, which was just saying the things I saw.
Right. And now the show can start because Bon Crowder has entered the chat.
Woohoo! Hi, Bon.
Oh, Renee, I did not see that podcast, but I bet this was freaking fantastic.
I did not see it either.
And Brene Brown. That'd be amazing. Hey, post that in the community, a link to it, because I bet a bunch of people would be into that.
Right.
NJ, of course, NJ said dragons first.
Dragons, of course.
Dragons are great.
Duh. So as I'm thinking about it, because we were talking about my Mississippi Delta stories, which honestly, most of the things I write take place there. When I started thinking about a 1950s Studebaker and a levee, that's probably because I've been thinking about this other story that I'm writing there, and it's
Please tell me you put a Studebaker in there because that's what I named my
of
duck was Studebaker Jones.
love it. You of course you have to. Um Bond, there is a poll that we posted because that's a new thing in StreamYard, and we need you to go fill it out. Are
Type
you a
1,
pantser, plotter, or
2,
plantser?
or 3.
So far, we're at 12 votes, plantser, and 1 plotter and 1 pantser. Interesting. I think the Dabble developers need to see this.
Okay, I love that NJ says dragons are my spirit animal. Do you know what my spirit animal is?
Duck-billed platypus.
No, it's Phil Dunphy from Modern Family. I always say he's my spirit animal.
I've never seen Modern Family, but I think I know who you're talking about.
I will send you videos later, and you're going to be like, that tracks.
Okay.
That tracks. So, what's a spirit animal? Oh, spirit animal. It's like your I say it's like your Patronus, but it's like your spirit animal is the animal that acts, I guess, most like you, or that you would want to be like in spirit. I don't know. How would you explain that?
I would say that it's the now. I think that's an actual thing. That and
Like
we're
in
not
Native American culture or something.
yeah, and we're
Yeah.
not using it in the appropriate way. Let's just go ahead and establish that now. But I think when people say my spirit animal is like the thing that represents your personality or kind of your essence, your the thing that you project to the world. It kind of resembles whatever feature of this animal. So that I think that's how we're using it anyway.
Bond says the morning of her wedding, a bobcat came out of the woods, looked at me, and then walked away. My hippie cousin-in-law said the bobcat must be my spirit animal.
That might be the most Houston thing I've ever heard, Bond.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh man. So what other events do we have scheduled this week? Abby, we've got a big thing tomorrow for all of our writing sprint lovers.
That's right. You and we're gonna be killing it.
4 hours.
4 hours. Just me and you too. We didn't invite anybody else along for that.
4 hours of sprints.
What time are we kicking that off?
10 a.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. your time.
So who's taking round 1?
Doesn't matter which way you want to go. I mean, I'm happy to take round 1.
Okay. So are we swapping out each sprint or each hour?
Totally up to you.
You hear that we're workshopping this live in front of everybody because Abby and I haven't talked about it yet.
This is how organized we are today.
Yeah.
But you can really thank Keo for all of this, because I knew that Dabble's 4th birthday was coming up, and I racked my brain, and I'm like, I don't really know what to do for this. And I was like, I'm just going to pretend like it's not happening, and we'll do like a 5th year celebration. And then I get a message from Keo, what are we doing for DabbleU's 4th birthday? And I was like, damn it. Keo knows. I was like, okay, we got to do something.
I actually remembered after the anniversary, like the birthday already passed. So.
It's April 1st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We launched it on April Fool's Day of 2022. Is that right? That was 4 years ago. 2022. Yeah. I've slept since then. I didn't remember.
It's all blur.
I set a reminder in my calendar for March 1st. If that tells you how long I struggled with, I don't know what it is that we will do. And I was like, I don't think anybody's going to know. And then Keo knew, and I was like, dang it. She called me on it.
Why don't we do this? Why don't, since you're Eastern time, Abby, why don't you take the first 2 sprints, and then I'll tag in and take the next 2, and we'll rotate like that.
I mean, okay? I was going to sit together with you the whole time. Just so you know. if you want to come and bring your coffee, you don't have to show your stuff on screen for the first hour. My brain will do the work.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be here.
Okay.
We'll be here.
And I will be lurking in chat.
Okay.
All right.
Fair.
All right. But 4 hours is enough time for some short stories to come out of this. So
Oh, is that what you're going to do? Are you going to write a short story?
I don't know what I'm going to write yet. I might write 3 different things. Who knows?
I was just going to keep working on my live in 5.
Yeah.
But now you got me thinking.
I know.
I really should challenge myself to write a short story.
You should.
Do you have tomorrow off, Keo?
No, I don't.
Dang.
I don't have off again until I have no idea. I had a good old 3-day weekend. Today's my last day off for the week.
Oh.
But luckily, I won't have to go to work until like the afternoon, so I will be here for sprints.
Okay.
Nice.
Well.
What else do we have going on this week? Wednesday.
Steve.
Yep, Steve Bowyer, who writes under the pen name Jamie Castle, but as Steve, he's the co-owner of Athon Books, and he's going to do an AMA, and we're going to ask him anything about writing, publishing, kind of the state of the industry right now. Think of things like if you were an unpublished author and you were on the fence about whether you should indie publish or if you should, pitch your ideas to a trad publisher, or maybe you like the idea of a hybrid publisher who kind of has one foot in each world. Steve is the guy to ask about that because he has done all of those things, and he and his partner Rhett started a publisher because they had been wildly successful indie authors, and had also Rhett had a series published with HarperCollins, and they had experience all over the place, and they thought they could take the best of each world and create this hybrid space, and they've been wildly successful. As a matter of fact, they just purchased a webcomic publisher that and a new game studio, so they've got all kinds of stuff going on. But
they get like Machine Gun Kelly or some crazy person who
yes,
has all the tattoos.
Oh wow,
yeah, and Post Malone.
Post Malone, that was it. Not Machine.
Yeah, they published a comic book that Post Malone wrote. Yeah. So crazy stuff. But if you have any questions about writing, and Steve specializes in science fiction and fantasy, or publishing, any of those questions that you have, bring them and we'll just sling questions at Steve and put him on the spot and make him answer them.
I'm so mad that I don't think he can answer my one burning question.
Or he can give you insight that you can put your particular spin on. I think I know the question you're wanting to ask.
My question is, what font is this?
Okay, that's not the
question.
question.
How do I do it in vellum? See, I threw you for a loop.
Okay, you did throw me for a loop, okay. But the person you need to ask about that is Josh Hayes.
I was going to say that's a Josh question.
Yeah, that's a Josh, and I can put you in touch with Josh if you need to ask that.
I just need somebody who can tell me if I can format a chapter book, because what I was so hoping we could do today, and it didn't happen, but I thought I was going to have a stew cover reveal for everyone.
Oh, that would have been lovely.
I don't have it just yet. I have my draft, but Hank knows.
The cigarette stew.
Cigarette stew.
Yeah.
That would have been a really good birthday present.
I know, but it's coming, and so I thought when it comes, the first place I'm going to go with this, probably even before I show Sean, is I'm going to go and post it in DabbleU and be like, "Look, it's stew." So
Marilyn, if you said, when is this, Hank? If you're referring to the AMA with Steve, it's going to be Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, but it will be on Zoom, not here in StreamYard or YouTube where we normally do. And we are doing it in Zoom to give people the opportunity to come on stage and ask a question.
It's actually not Zoom. It's in Circle's native platform where we do the coffee hours. That's
literally what I meant to say. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I got you, Hank. I got you. I knew what you meant.
I actually forgot that you decided that it would be better on Circle, and you just triggered my memory just then. So
yeah, but I do think what's going to make that the most fun is that you get to actually ask him.
Right.
Instead of just typing it in the chat and hoping your question gets picked or, that we say it right. That's the other
Right.
thing. I don't always know that I'm putting the right emphasis on the right syllable when I say things. And so,
So you can come on stage and you can say, Steve, how dare you? And then see what he has to say.
Get off my lawn.
Steve and I are old friends, have been for years, and he has a very good sense of humor. So come ready to pick at him a little bit, and he'll appreciate it, I promise.
And then Thursday, we've just got Doug's stuff. So
Yep.
It's just normal Doug on Thursday. Sorry, y'all, normal Doug. And then Friday, Hank's teaching short stories.
Short stories at standard podcast time, which is 1 Central, 2 Eastern. And it's going to be about an hour long, possibly just a little over that. But we're going to talk about why you should write short stories, how you should be thinking about using short stories, as ways to get people to join your newsletter or as content to sell by itself, how to plan your short story, what your short story should accomplish. It's different than a novel, and but Doug is never just normal.
I was about to put that on screen. We're not picking on him.
Yeah.
We have a puppet.
We love Doug.
Yeah.
Does he look? He looks about the same size as my head there. Okay.
Bond, why are you missing this week?
Yes. Oh, that's the sweetest, the best.
I know.
Aw.
But none of us are normal. That's why we write. NJ
True.
with the comment of today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're bumping up against an hour. Abby, do you have anything to kind of wrap us up? Keo, thanks for joining us today. This has been fun.
I've been so excited that you were coming, Keo. I was like, yes. So, yeah, I have nothing to wrap us up except Keo was here. She popped out of a cake.
Yep.
Make that happen. Hank,
I'm pretty sure I still have cake in my hair somewhere.
you need to shower now.
I definitely got cake on my Dabble shirt.
Yeah, I noticed that. I almost wore mine this morning too. We would have been twins.
Abby, I
didn't even-
kid you not. This shirt came right before the stream started because I ordered it the other day,
No way.
and it
I love it.
literally got delivered right before this started.
Just in time, baby.
Just in time.
Just in time.
So awesome. So awesome. Well, guys, thanks for being part of this amazing community. That Abby, how many members are we up to now?
That's a great question. Let me look really fast.
I looked the other day, and I was
We
I audibly gasped when I saw the number of
We
members that we
are-
had now.
I'm clicking 7,561.
Incredible. I remember when we got our
Wow.
first 1,000, and I was like, "This is crazy." I can't
Oh
believe-
yeah.
yeah. I was like, "We'll never get more. Like, how could we ever have more than 1,000 members? That's crazy."
Hey, before we leave, that's why Bond's not going to be with us. She's going to a conference. I'm going to a concert. I'm going to Willie Nelson next month, you guys, and I'm super excited. I just thought I'd throw that.
Ooh, I'm excited for you.
in. I know.
Willie and the family.
Well, he's a redhead. So
Yeah.
I have a crush on him, even though he's like 90s. I don't care. He's my crush. So, all right. Well, you ending this stream?
I'll end it. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see. Join us tomorrow for writing sprints, and all week long we're going to be celebrating all week. So, thanks for joining us, guys.